These monsters of the old-school UFC never spared themselves or their opponents. When Hughes lifted Newton into the air, no one could have imagined how that move would end. The Canadian lay unconscious for several minutes, and when he finally came to, he couldn't even understand what had happened. The crowd had just witnessed something the UFC had never seen before. Matt Hughes was the embodiment of the American wrestling machine. Strength, discipline, and the unbreakable mindset of the old school. A master of NSKW-style wrestling who could press anyone to the mat and break their will through sheer pressure and control. Hughes wasn't flashy, but he was relentless. A grinder who smothered his opponents until they had nothing left. His opponent, Carlos the Ronin Newton, was a completely different kind of warrior. A Canadian with Jamaican roots, he represented the art and flow of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Newton was a technician to the core, calm, flexible, and strategic. If Hughes won by power, Newton triumphed through precision. 10 of his victories had come by submission, and he was known for escaping the impossible and punishing anyone who underestimated him. When these two collided for the UFC welterweight championship in 2001, fans expected a gritty ground war, and that's exactly what they got. From the opening bell, Hughes imposed his trademark pressure, taking Newton down and dominating from the top with crushing control. But Newton stayed patient, defending, adjusting, waiting for his chance. Midway through the fight, he found it. From his back, Newton snatched Hughes's neck and locked in a triangle choke, one of the deadliest submissions in MMA. Hughes's face turned red, the crowd screamed, and it looked like the champion was seconds from tapping out. But instead of surrendering, he went for the unthinkable. Hughes hoisted Newton into the air, staggered toward the cage, and with every ounce of strength left in his body, slammed him headfirst into the canvas. The arena fell silent. Newton was out cold. Hughes, barely conscious himself, stayed upright only because he was leaning on the fence. When the referee stepped in, it was over. Matt Hughes had knocked out his opponent while trapped inside a chokehold.